make you and it misses you, that can happen. Or you're a Dragoon and your wheeling thrust falls off, that also can have stuff like that. So if you don't need the buff, turn it off. You can right-click it as if you're on controller or PC, just right-click, it goes away. Which also is true for pures, so be very careful what you click on. You can actually make a macro for it. And then if you're on PlayStation, I believe it's the touchpad, I think, to get to it. Something like that. I'm not quite sure. You have to ask someone who plays it. I think a touchpad lets you select it, and then you can get rid of it somehow. I'm not 100% sure. For now, it's fine. But like Bubble, for example, we don't use Bubble after the beginning, pretty much. It don't even bother. Some runs do, I guess. Like they were testing not using Aether Shield on TA, and if you have, I think, like 4 or 5 of the Fortitudes, you don't need Aether Shield. Bubble helps a little bit, but this is fresh Prog, so we're just doing all of it. FC buffs, I've heard both ways. I don't think they do. I think it's a different type of buff. And also the Valors do count. The Rays from Zadnor, they do count towards the buff cap. So if you're like grinding them out, just grind one of them for now. Don't like get one of each. It's first of all, it's barely helpful, one of each. It's a waste of the proofs of metal because you need a lot of them later on. And also it can get in the way here. So like if we have a lot of bards, we'll mention it. If we have a lot of my brain would work. A lot of Astros help towards the cap. Summoners help towards the cap a lot. There's also a boss debuff cap. And again, if we have a lot of things that do dots, we'll basically tell usually tanks first. Something that's left. We'll do a lot of, we'll tell people not to use them because again, like raid debuff can get cold, like Rend Armor can miss, which is horrible because Rend Armor is crazy damage. I think it's 10% for everything that hits the boss. So over 48 people, that's a shitload of damage. And other things can miss. Flare Star can miss and fall off, and again, that's a lot of damage that we don't want missing for no particular reason. Did we know why one of our DPS and D just left?
I forgot to hit mud layout. My bad.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. That's fine. We're probably going to wipe the first time anyway, so... Yeah, that's a good thing. I should have mentioned that again. Someone did at the beginning, but yeah. It does give you a warning at 5, but it doesn't give you a warning right before it boots you, which is very weird to me. So that's all good. No worries. It's better to do it now in a fresh Prog than anything else, so... I don't think it'd be streaming down here just so you can watch it. I guess I can do it. Just now. Let's do 720p because I'm cheap. Alright. So if you want, you can just watch mine, just so you can see it. Yeah, and before we clear first try, it has happened, to be fair. We have had fresh progs clear the first time and get straight to TS. So, you know, no worries there. Other than that, any questions? Anything. Like anything about DRS in general. I've played this thing a bunch of times, so I know the entire fight, the entire run.
Oh, like at this point, we can't go back to like our lost finds box like at any point of the.
Nope.
Okay.
You have to bring everything with you. Which is why we're such sticklers about check your pures, because like Queen like re-clears. Oh, you forgot a pure. Everybody's leaving and we're going again. So you just wasted 47. You know what I mean? So just make sure. I mean, people like joke about it. They're not going to be mean, but it's like, oh, you know, fucking, we're going to send you this invoice for my Indomitable, whatever that cluster is, Fortitude. Haha, you know, but no, it's not that big of a deal. But just, you know, just check. Yeah, also lost actions as well. It's not that big of a deal. 95% we're going to wipe. And by we, I mean Slimes. It's going to wipe the first time because it's very finicky over there. There's a lot of little things that can wipe the entire thing. And I've done that over there too. A lot of people have.
The last 5% is actually wiping out golems. Because that has happened.
No. Slimes always wipes first. What I'm talking about.
God damn.
Yeah.
Golems for the win.
You underestimate the power of my single brain.
You underestimate the power of my super polite.
Don't underestimate the power of me not knowing what's going on.
There you go. So that's what this stuff is for, though. That's why we do this every Friday.
I just hope I don't get a dizzy spell during this.
You don't
Nope,
understand.
not. That'd be bad.
You
So-
Well,
underestimate me knowing everything and still managing to fuck up somehow.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Condition,
Question for future reference. If since we sign up for Rend armor, like especially as a melee DPS, if we have spare room in our holster, can we still bring it and it be useful?
In case someone forgets it, sure. But you don't ever need more than 2. I've never actually used it, weirdly. I've only gone as melee a couple times. I think you only need 2 for maximum uptime, don't you?
you only need 2 because of the cooldown is 60, I think. And each
Yeah,
rend
no,
armor is
it's
30
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, okay. So you only need 2. But it's not a bad... If like, you have extra space, bring it, because it happened on Iron's re-clear on, what was that, Wednesday? Like, somebody forgot it, because he was a fill, and didn't realize he needed to, but someone else had it, and Rend armor is a shitload of damage. Like, it's a lot of extra DPS. And not having it really sucks, so... Yeah, if you want to use 3 space, sure. Like, as a
And
tank, I bring everything that might be needed as a tank, even if I'm not assigned to it, just because it's helpful. There's so much extra room with the holster now. Like,
Yeah, that's why I brought like spare lost spells just in case, like the ones I need to bring.
I should tell you.
All good. Do ready checks real quick, leads, and we'll let them know we're ready. Otherwise, we can just chill. Make sure you bounce around every now and again, or stay in HUD layout until you see the countdown from Coyote.
Who's ready to die? Not me.
F is good, D is good.
He's ready.
I'm a Lala. Sacrifice is my job.
I am always ready to die.
I volunteer a sacrifice.
Probably take a little bit longer for them. So.
Oh.
I'm not a samurai. I can't commit seppuku.
God damn.
All right.
I almost can.
Minor thing, just food reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah, food good. Get your chicken. Or whatever it is. If you're a black mage, it's like the only one who doesn't eat chicken is black mage pretty much, and they have that one salad. Or spell, well, it should be spell speed. That's how real black mages play right there. Spell speed, baby. Rich for losers.
That ass.
I'm technically a black mage main, but since I can tank in here and have main tank clears, that's what I'm always shoehorned into. Even for this clear, for this fresh prog, I told him in the thing, I'm like, we need more tanks, so put me as anything else still tank. So we didn't have that many tanks, and we never do.
We went through our
World
entire
tank.
reserve.
Sorry, I'm just most comfortable as a healer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've cleared as everything. It's just since I can main tank. Oh yeah, you're a tank. That's pretty much how it is because people know I can do it, I guess. But I flex to whatever. That's what that Omni roll is for. So.
I have a question. I
Nope.
protected early because I'm dumb. We've got about 6 minutes left on protect right now.
We can refresh.
I
that.
have. Can you refresh it? Because I
Uh,
have lost Steel Sting and Reflect in my thing right now, but I could switch back to. I could switch Steel Sting for Protect. I just want to make sure that we aren't going to be short one later.
Yeah, so
I have plenty
for
later, but
reference, you don't need to use Steel or Spell Forge until we get to Queen's Guard or Reflect for that matter.
Yeah.
So just next time, you Protect and Arise or Shell or Arise on there. That's what you keep until we get to Queen's Guard. Reflect and
Okay.
Steel Sting aren't needed anywhere else. Well, Reflect's needed at Queen, but we're not going to get her tonight. Probably.
okay. I've got.
But yeah, no worries.
Reflex
Yeah,
also
so no
need a
worries.
Stigma Lord too.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
you do. Dispel as well.
Yeah.
For tanks, a couple of them.
I have
Yeah,
so
thanks
much
for-
Reflect side.
I've noticed that people are very finicky, or what's the right word? Skittish about tanking DRS. it's kind of like any tank anxiety, I guess, but there's so many extra people here that it's like, oh god, if I goof up, that's 47 people gonna be like, look at this dickhead. No one cares, like, if you make a mistake. I've watched the raid on both sides as a tank. It doesn't matter. So
that's not my problem. I've killed people on purpose in this game.
I mean, yeah, I also heal, so I've done that too.
Well,
You just gotta die a lot and get used to it.
I was doing a Titan hard with some FCs. One of them got put in the coffin and got attacked by Titan's knockback. And I was like, can I break this in time? And I broke it right before he triggered and knocked him off the edge.
Yeah, no worries. Who's the, just so I know, who's the healer for Ludo over here? Just so I know nobody's paired up. Can we, okay, Virtue, cool. And then you two are good. I can't tell class by looking because everybody has all the glam on, so that's good. All are good, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah, these shapes are floating around are kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, they're interesting.
Where do they get circles?
Because it's hip to be a square. Or something.
It's because each color has its own shape.
Can mine be a triangle?
I bet you red is triangle.
Right.
Probably.
We call it Danger Dorito.
It's just a spicy Dorito. Well, for now, I guess we're stuck with Cool Ranch. The other one over there was Salsa Verde.
It's funny as my FC leader labeled themselves as the Danger Dorito and Paradium's Tower, and all the new folks ran the opposite direction of the Danger Dorito.
Was that the intention?
I don't know, but like they run to the safe zone, and everybody that's new runs the opposite direction.
Avoid him like the plague.
I did that raid right when it came out, and the first boss on the knockback killed the entire raid because we thought to stack behind the blocks instead of in front.
I probably haven't run Paradigm's Breach in a month. I don't know. I just don't care.
Yeah.
This is honestly what mostly I do in here anymore is basically run DRS and do a little bit of grinding, and then I go play something else.
I've got one more Paradiums to go, and then all my gear is 530.
I only need 3 more.
9 more relics to go.
Believe in you, Boo.
I've ran normal Delibrum so much this week.
I only have 1 relic done. I hate Zadnor, honestly. I do not like him there at all.
I'll win and like Delibrum is up, or like it just ended or it's active, I'll leave and then re-enter, and I tend to get one that it's about to spawn in.
That's what I've been doing. I'm gonna start doing the relics more, but I don't know. I was kind of burned out on it after doing so much of this before 5.55 came out.
And then I'm four field notes away from the mount.
2.
Man.
You and me both.
I think I'm gonna have to actually learn to do the last 2 duels. I need notes.
I need murder, death, kill. And then the others are two 3-stars and 1 2-star, and they just won't drop.
Oh yeah. Don't you love it when you were like accidentally did like a fate? You're completely unaware that you actually do needed that one, and it somehow gives it to you. But the one you're actually farming intentionally, somehow RNG just screws you over and doesn't get you a single thing.
Oh, I was farming ones I thought I needed, and then I got it, and I was like, use. And it's like, you already learned this. I was like, what?
That happens to me for
Ooh.
absent friends.
That's
That
why you gotta
doesn't
check.
happen.
That's why you gotta check them.
I
Make sure you look up
actually
like
needed to look
Reddit.
after Minitus and Salvatore.
I go to the FF14 collect, and
Mhm.
I had it up, but I guess I didn't update it from yesterday, so I was still running around with yesterday's information this morning.
Oh no.
One thing to point out, this is kind of cool. We're kind of like in a small army.
I'm a one-person wrecking ball of destruction towards my own team. Your pain feeds the blood lily.
It kind of does.
I've never used Discord stream before. That doesn't pick up my music, does it? Because a lot of people probably won't like this.
No.
If it did, you would have seen your name like just popping in, like popping up without you talking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, it'll display. It'll do in-game sounds and stuff like that from the stream.
I hate it when it does that though. Like when you try to even put it in lowest volume, it still does it. Thankfully, it's not doing it right now, so I'm good.
I just kind of have it on random for Spotify, like in the genre I like, and it's picking some pretty good ones. This one's a pretty good jam, honestly, but I know most people don't like my kind of music, so I don't usually bring it.
What do you listen to?
Yeah.
This, what would I classify this as?
What does it sound like? In like the best way to describe it?
I don't know. It's like a mixture of probably technical death metal and groove metal, if I had to think about it.
I do listen to that type of music.
Pretty good.
Well, in the way I'm thinking it.
Well, you can look it up if you want. It's on random, so I've never heard of these guys before now, but it's a song called Misbegotten One by the Dialectic, I believe is how you say that. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good jam. I like it.
I mainly
you personally
listen.
message me the name so I could check it out.
I mainly listen to trance.
I'm literally just gonna type it in Say Chat here because I'm lazy to look for you in Discord.
I'm on one of the tanks taking the golems.
Well, Say Chat, you can't see it on the other side anyway, so.
Yeah.
There's a range on it. Did I spell that right? Dialectic.
Well, autocorrect can fix that for you if you've got it wrong.
Dialectic, something like that. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna have it on my list for later.
Oh, there's a cool. Alrighty, so as a reminder, we're going blue to white to green to red, so that's southwest.
Just
to
match the
southeast to
colors.
northeast, yeah, to northwest. They don't match yet though. If you are tanking blue, don't forget to mitigate the tank busters, the big purple circle. Nobody else stand in it. If you're healing that tank, make sure you clean the bleed off. It will kill them very fast.
So tank busters, the purple circle.
Yep, it is. Otherwise, everybody check let the Perceptors go first and follow the murder ball. We are starting southwest. It takes a second from a stand, so just stand there and, throw your thing in them. Alright, there's the mid one, so we still need the one for blue over here. Whoever's percepting again. There it is, cool. So you're good to go over there to white, blue is good to go. And then all of them are found, cool. So blue over here is first, the southwest one, this one. Southwest over here. Start beating it down. That's the tank buster right there. Alright, I'm stupid and I forgot that I'm southwest.
I think the blue's gonna kill us.
Oh, that tank died. That is not that big of a deal. Alright. That's fine. So, blue tank, after you die, grab this white for me and bring it over to white, please. The tank got bonked there. Just provoke it off me and drag it onto the button. Whoever was tanking blue. It might take a second. Maybe. Go on. Alright, everybody go up to green for now. We'll figure this out. I'll just bring it over. In that case, whoever was taking blue, take south hallway for me. Literally all you do is hit the ruins golems and just keep them there. That's it.
Media, come back. You don't have to go that far to just stay
Okay.
in the hallway in the south.
Yeah, just chill right where we came in.
Oh, okay.
Right on the button that appeared there right by the door we just walked in. Everybody else should be on green, just burn it down. It looks a little tiny bit off the button. Try bringing it a little bit more. Try making sure that the, oh shit, he just changed color because I wasn't looking, that's my bad. Make sure he's directly in the middle. Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
he got someone let a golem in.
Okay, no worries. Alright, what we're gonna do is stay alive until slimes say they wiped, and then blame it on them.
Sounds like a plan. That's good.
Everybody run around and don't mention it to anybody. But that's what happens if a ruined golem gets eaten by a green and just starts slapping people. I mean, I guess we can just kill ourselves. They don't know any better, so just gather around the trap in the middle here, and we'll just blow ourselves up.
I'm gonna die?
After everybody gets here.
Alright, cool.
Left. Oh, it killed
Look, I brought some homies with
me.
me.
This will be the run that slime succeeds.
Somebody jump on it. Anybody, doesn't matter. There you go.
Are there still people alive? Because they're about to die. Oh, they brought our friends. So, after I kill my golem, just start focusing on the south ones?
Usually no, but since the white golem tank didn't get cleansed, he got dead. Someone we had to move a little bit. It's
Wait, I'm alive? Why am I lucky?
Yeah, normally just join the murder ball.
Yeah, when we start, there are 2 blue golems, so they both will do.
So
don't say anything.
I know, we can leave.
Yeah, we can just leave. I'll just tell them we wiped.
I think they wiped as well.
We'll admit it for once.
No. Oh. That backfired completely.
We wiped like champs. What are you talking about? That was the greatest wipe I've seen.
Out of RNG, the game wouldn't let me die. My friggin' feather activated.
That was a strong wipe, guys. Good work. Good work.
Nice formation.
Try for a repeat performance.
All right, next time let's try with a bit more finesse.
That's all good though. So
with emotion.
We got him back in, so it's all right. So yeah, that's why you don't bring ruined golems into green. It eats them, and then it's like spinach, you know, Popeye, bonk, and it just started slapping everybody's butt cheeks off.
They only spawn on north and south, right? They don't spawn anywhere. Yeah.
So don't even does it affect the other colors?
No. That's why we have a tank north and south. We can have DPS tank it too. Anybody can do it. Whoever hits ruins golem, the tethers on you with that little line, and it just follows you around.
Pretty sure I didn't miss one, but
it's all good. Somebody might have AoE'd it or something when they were running by.
Oh yeah,
in there. So if you're not that tank, don't touch the ruins golems until we get to mid after green when we're clearing them, just in case. Like you might have happened to grab it as they were spawning, and you hit it first, so it followed you.
Was there a dancer? Is there a dancer?
I don't know.
Okay.
Got it.
I think I have a lot of metal. Well,
Yeah, I have like, I had 11 million.
yeah. I wonder how much I have
dang,
now.
I'm at 20.
Stop caring about it.
That's
I
why we should burn
managed-
our metal before we start one of these.
I managed
I-
to turn in
I
mine.
was
I managed to
going
turn
to.
in mine for coming in here.
I got like 3 mil.
I got glassy-eyed after a couple hours in Zadnor.
Alright, so since we wiped, all of your essences are gone. You gotta grab them again and put them back on.
I was grabbing them while I was out in the open road.
Or that too. You can do it in here, it doesn't matter. As long
I mean,
as you
the
have
other-
it. Make sure you got it here. Just in case, like, just carry it with you. You don't have to use it right away. But just make sure you have one.
I don't know about you guys, but on Balmung, Pures are way cheaper than trying to play RNGesus and get deeps and regular.
It's
Wait, how much?
similar everywhere because now they're only like 1 cluster each.
Wait, how much are
Yeah,
they?
Okay.
It's 11K per, but keep in mind it's a 50-50 chance to get a pure essence.
Yeah.
So versus 5 to 6K for a 1 in 6 chance for a regular, and
Sounds like a better deal.
Yeah, they're like 30K a piece for the deep essences, and it's still like a 1 in 3 or so.
Yeah. Well, now I know how to scam people.
But yeah, so plus cluster farming is super easy, super quick, you know, to replenish them. So
Yeah. Thankfully, this does not do much of an impact on my metal, since you can just farm most of it in Zadnor.
Yeah, it's true.
With their consistent critical engagements and fates. Oh yeah, cap prices. The fragments with my gambling addiction.
I have never bought a fragment for pures in my life. I farm that shit, dude. Just trying to farm around this Discord and you get 700 clusters in 2 hours.
Wait, 30,000 cap prices each? I found some for like 4,000 each, and I forgot where. I think it was Zalera.
I'm only missing 1 lost fragment for the achievement.
Oh, it's the one with the
Night
gambler?
Amos dice.
It's the gambler.
Gambler,
The gambler built.
Yep.
I already got my outfit for that, so I'm ready when I get it.
200K.
You get lucky in
My,
here.
my server is almost half a mil.
When you pull them,
Oh, it's
when you
like
pull in,
130K on Mateus.
I'm going to do ready checks real quick here. If everybody's good and over here, and same thing we did last time, same positions.
Yeah.
And also this time, whoever is supposed to be going with the white golem tank, clean that bleed off of him. That's why he died.
Okay.
It's all
I had myself targeted through Asuna like an
Did I
idiot.
grab any? Oh, sorry. Did I grab any ruins any rune golems that pop up since I have blue?
You don't need to. That was only because. Nah, we have tanks there. Don't worry about it.
Okay, okay.
You can just come with everybody
just
to kill stuff.
Since you were the first tank that's done, you're free to do other things if we need you. That's all. Since the white tank died, I saw you provoke. It just didn't pull off of me for some reason. So it kind of jacked it up.
He was a white golem though, so I don't think it could, I don't think they changed to me.
White. All the golems except for red have a regular aggro table.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
You should have been able to pull it off. I have no idea why, but provoke's weird like that sometimes. I've noticed. So. All right. So trap southwest, none in southeast. How's ENF looking, parties?
These golems look cool though. Not gonna lie.
He's good. Is F good? Cool.
I think we do the same golems as in T9.
All right. So. This time there's a trap mid and 1 trap in one of the north rooms again. Just the same thing as last time, pretty much. So, blue, you gotta hang for a second while it gets swept, and then whoever it was for north, I can't remember the name, grab the middle one and then check the 2 north rooms as you're running up to the north hallway.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, these prism halos would be a nice glam if they ever made one. You can never get bored of looking at them.
Prism where?
These this halo of prisms. It's a little floating circle of rocks.
If only this was the effect of the resistance weapon.
That'd be awesome. That'll make everything. Or no, on some armor, it's just like some floating prisms on the shoulder.
I'm disappointed that they don't give you like stat boosts or whatnot in Boja areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I got it. It's 4 pieces. Each of them have a different color of the effect. When you have all 4, it just all of them rotate around you, and it's just changing color every couple seconds.
All right. So we got 15. So
TP
same
column
thing
now.
as last time. Just go to the same room you were in. There is a trap in blue room. There is not one in white. And then wait for the north tank Perceptor to grab mid and the north room before you guys run in there. We knew it. We knew what happened last time, so it's easy fix, and we'll just, you know.
Wait, I got a second one on me.
Should say southwest, yeah. There it is.
I got a second one on me.
Watch out for that circle.
Yeah, watch out for a circle.
That's good. Okay, cool. Clean that bleed off of him. And
Oh no. Ooh.
Oh no, it caught someone. Yeah, go grab him. He's gonna change color. It's the one up north, the white one up there, who's in red room now. Go, whoever's that tank, grab him and drag him back down to white.
Oh.
And then just everybody else just keep burning down blue there.
Shiro, go here, Aya.
It's we still got plenty of time, so it's all good.
Wait,
They can
Google,
get
put
you
it
both
on
in
the,
there.
oh.
Oh, he's not
No,
on
it's
the
not
button,
on
is
the
he?
button. Yeah.
Alright, just keep working on white then. Whoever the blue tank is, get back over there and grab blue. He's not dead. He didn't die on the pad.
Wait, what? He did? Oh, crap.
Yeah, he wasn't in the middle. He's gonna tank bust again, so whoever's healing blue tank, pay attention to him, please. It's fine, we can
Save your
catch back
burst
up.
on white, because he's going to become fast.
So he's about to start compaction, there you go, burn him down. And then we're going back to blue. Interrupt that, there you go. So kill blue, he's in the pad this time, we're good, we got a little bit of time. Generally, Golem's in the head of Slam anyway, so we have a little bit of time to play with. I see a Ruin's Golem, that's fine. He's not gonna hurt anything on that over there, so yeah, you just killed the small one, not the big one. He's working on the black.
Oh god.
side of the blue one.
Health's not looking too good.
Hey, whoever's healing him, just keep on top. Interrupt that.
Yeah, I made a habit out of it.
Cool. Alright, so up to green. And then do not let a Ruin's Golem in there, so if you happen to grab one, in fact, just don't touch him if you're not the tank. There you go. We'll get back to them afterward. Alright, Golem straight up. We'll go back to mid and start killing Ruin's Golems. Burn them down a little bit. More than likely, she's going to call it right away because we're behind a second, but for the time being, just burn down Ruin's Golems. Get a couple more south. Try to split. No, never mind. Up to red. Everybody start beating that down. When it gets to about 25%, wait for a second. The tank knows what they're doing, but they have to invuln it because it'll kill them and pull them onto the pad. So 25%, 20%ish, stop attacking it so they can move it there. And then once it's on the pad, like all the way in the middle, burn it down. Alright, so give it a second. Oh, interrupt that. There you go. Give it a second. Let them move it onto the button. And then I can't see where it is. Burn it down if it's in the right spot.
He's standing on it.
Everybody back mid, start killing Ruin's Golems. Split evenly north and south so we don't fall behind on either side.
Okay.
They're going to start casting Demolish pretty soon here, so we need to burn some of them down.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Hey,
oh, we're good.
Cool. Somebody's dead. So, when this happens, nobody go anywhere yet. All the healers, pop your peers, get back here and start taking turns rezzing this guy.
You do need
we don't make one party do all of it. Yes, we don't make one party do it because it's expensive. So every healer, we're gonna have to pop peers after we jump over the case anyway. So every healer pop that peer, and start chucking, like, do ring around the rosy and throw your Lost Rise on him and see who gets it. Because this is what happens when someone dies in here. You have to keep trying until someone hits it. 10% chance.
Kind of crazy how you're a healer and you can't just rely on your resurrect skill.
That's part of the difficulty.
Why am I?
Oh,
No, not
jeez.
again. The last time this happened, it took 70 arises to get me up. Please.
Oh God.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please.
Then you better be ready for 71 this time.
I see healers that don't have pures. If you don't have your Spirit of the Divine pure on, you're not going to hit. So make sure you use that before you start Lost Arising.
Oh my God, I hate
Otherwise,
this.
it will not work.
Did they get it?
No.
No. There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Yay.
All right.
It's a miracle.
So, now that we're good, everybody jump across. There are 2 chests over there with like level 15 frags. They used to be good, but they're not anymore.
Ooh.
And then
Aw.
after that, go ahead and jump up to Chat A, and we'll get into the instructions for TS.
Wait, where are they?
They're
After
across
this
the jump. They're across the jump.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
take
jump
the
on
jump
the
then.
bed. Yep. Other than that, we did just fine. No worries. Easy peasy.
What do I want slotted for my skills?
Wait, did we go to the next call? To the other?
Shiro, you want protect and arise.
Oh, should have gone in.
So we jump to the other call?
Yeah.
Alright.
It looks like we have everyone up here. So
Oh,
can
you're not
I
a
get?
cat anymore.
Yeah, now I'm tall. I'm big.
I miss being tall. I'm so tired.
That's why you hit that trap. You're not used to it.
It's all the way down there.
Couldn't see it. Tripped over it. All right. Do I have a volunteer for main tank?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
We had a lot of fuck it's
Don't wanna
just
take the
then.
risk.
All right, Risharan, we'll make you the emergency tank. We'll do Charlotte, and then Crisco, and then Risharan. Because you've been here a while.
Yeah, I've done it once or twice.
Yeah. All right. So we have tanks sorted out. If you are not Charlotte, you need to have your tank stance off. Also,
Roger.
everyone needs to have their pures popped. So please make sure that you have your pure essences on, and also please be sure to use your re-razors. Also, this explanation is shorter than the slimes one, but can still be lengthy. So please, please, please use /HUD layout so that you don't get booted. Pulling up my boss notes. Alright. So, we've got tanks sorted out, so I'm just going to jump into explanations. I'm not going to go by, like, a step-by-step introduction to how this boss works. I'm just going to cover the abilities, and what they do, pretty much. TS in Savage, there's going to be a lot of things that you will recognize from normal. But there's also a couple of new ones, but really in general, the mechanics are either going to be faster, won't have markers, will have other mechanics happening simultaneously, or it'll be some combination of those. Verdant Path has 3 potential outcomes. If the particle effect at his feet is pink, then it's going to be side cleaves, so you're going to get behind or underneath the boss. I'll call this as get behind or get in the hitbox. If the particle effect at his feet is green, or if Aggie is speaking, that's going to be the stack. Everyone, including main tank, is going to have to stack behind the boss. If that particle effect is blue, that's going to be the cross-shaped AoE. At that point, you're going to need to get to the intercards of the boss. I will be calling this True North the whole time, but sometimes if the DPS is good enough, you can skip mechanics, or the boss's positioning can be all kinds of fucked up. So just keep that in mind, that even though I will be calling it True North and we will be doing things True North, sometimes we'll have to adjust, just because of like how DPS with stacks and things like that has started to turn out. But yeah, you'll get to the intercards of the boss. If you are not at all familiar with this mechanic in Savage, please, please, please do not greet it. The next mechanic is the Fourfold Mercy, where the 4 swords will light up. These are a lot faster than in normal mode, so you do have to be pretty quick about moving over. While like it is normally an okay thing to follow the group, typically, especially depending on what your ping is like, if you're moving with the group, you've already like stayed in the snapshot for too long and will probably get cleaved. So as you're learning the mechanic, being able to recognize and adjust on your own is ideal. I will be calling the safe sides in the order that they appear, and I will be doing this true north, meaning that all calls, I'm going to assume that your camera is facing north, that your mini-map, the compass, is facing north, that sort of thing. I will be calling it left-right unless there is an easier north-south pattern, and then I'll swap to that. So for the north-south, I would either call it as north-north-south-south or south-north-north-south, something like that. Sometimes that's just a little bit easier for me to process and easier to move for than the left and right mechanic. After those mercies, there's always going to be a Seasons of Mercy afterwards. Seasons you'll recognize from normal mode as well. It's the crisscross ice AoEs, and then the orb, and the bloom. For this mechanic, crisscross AoEs dodge pretty easily, you just stand in the safe spot. For the orb, I will not be calling where the orb is. The way I resolve this mechanic is that I see where my character is facing, and if the orb is there, I turn my character away. I also will not be calling where the bloom is, because even if you are standing in the middle of the bloom, if you pop sprint, you can make it out of it before you get hit with a doom stack. Whenever I call out a tank buster, I want pretty much everybody to be away from the main tank. The only exception to this is if I say shared tank buster, and then the designated off tanks will move to share a hit with them. Both of you will need to be mitigating. There are 2 solo tank busters in this. For one of them, if those blades are glowing and you go up and are standing with the main tank, both of you will die. If the main tank takes that one alone, they just dodge it. It is a guaranteed kill if 2 people are with the tank during that specific tank buster. Again, I will call whether it is solo or not, but just be aware, you need to move sometimes. A new mechanic in this one is the Ifrit dashes. The clones are going to drop down around the arena. We're going to go out next to the first one and then follow them around while getting ready to deal with another mechanic, like Baleful Blade. Baleful Blade has 2 outcomes, just like in normal mode. The difference is that there isn't going to be a big orange arena-wide telegraph for it. And you're either going to need to hide behind the barriers or get knocked back into them. I will call whether it's a hide behind or knockback. And if you want to be able to like see the mechanic for yourself, if the blades are glowing and Trinity Seeker has cast Phantom Edge to make the swords glow, that is going to be a knockback. If the blades are not glowing during the Baleful Blade cast, it is going to be a hide behind. You need to be out of line of sight, pretty much, from Trinity Seeker for the hide behind mechanic. This one also has the Iron Splitter rings. Trinity Seeker is going to make one of his clones jump to either sand or brick and plunge its fist in. You want to stand on the material opposite of the one Trinity Seeker is punching. And I will be calling this as sand or brick. And I will always be calling the safe ring each time. At the same time, for the first set, there's going to be Iron Splitter ring. First set of the Iron Splitter rings, there's going to be Earthshaker markers. If you've done any content in this game, you know what an Earthshaker looks like. These are going to be very long line cleaves on a person who is tethered. You need to take those out of the party. There's going to be 3 of them, and it happens twice. I'll call when to move out of the party, but just keep that in mind. I'm a very visual person, so I'm going to be calling this material right here as brick. I'm going to be calling this as sand. And then for the Earthshaker markers, typically the boss will be right about here. So all of the party is going to be here when those tethers go out. And the Trinity Seeker clone will be right here. So the tethers are going to go like this, right, on the person. When, if you have a tether over your head, or to make sure you don't have a tether over your head, make sure you do, like, you know, the jiggle check, the side-by-side wiggle. And if you have a tether, you can just move behind the clone, and you'll be out of the party's way, and that way you're not going to cleave anyone in here. Because if someone gets hit with that cleave twice, they will die. If you and another person with an Earthshaker are playing chicken with each other, with that tether, it's better for you to kill each other than for you to wipe the raid. And hopefully either your Re-Raiser procs or you're lucky enough to get picked up in time for another mechanic. Trinity Seeker also has chains. I'm pretty sure the chains are in normal mode. It's been a minute. I haven't touched it in a hot second, but
They are.
okay, yeah. The chains resolve like every other chain mechanic in game. We're gonna stack up for them, wait for them to apply, and then move apart to break those chains. Sometimes this will be combined with a knockback mechanic or a hide behind mechanic. Just keep that in mind. But breaking them takes priority. Because, like, God, it feels so personal whenever someone is chained to you and they let you get hit like 4 times by the chain, no matter how far you move away. But oftentimes you do have to deal with a mechanic right after that Trinity, or right after those chains. A few side notes before we jump in to everything else. This ring right around the arena becomes a death wall. If you get smacked into it, you will die. In the instance that that happens, and you get re-raised or picked up, you need to move out, not pressing any other buttons. You just walk. You just walk right on out, and then you use your other re-raiser once you're safe. If you press any button in here, even sprint, it will break your transcendence and you will die again. I've seen people get re-raised in the wall like 4 times in a row. It's harrowing. I feel so bad anytime it happens. So just keep that in mind. Like, you always want to be sure that you are safe and able to resolve a mechanic pretty much before you use that re-raiser. There are going to be points in this encounter where it is best for healers to use LB3. I will call those out. But in this fight and in pretty much every other like boss encounter in DRS, the LB3 is pretty much exclusively for healers. DPS players, the damage for LB3 does not scale with your buffs, with your peers, with your Valor stacks, any of that. It doesn't scale. The LB3 pretty much exclusively goes to healers for use, due to the fact that sometimes re-raisers don't proc, Lost Arises are fucking expensive and have a 10% success rate. So re-raisers are the best, or healer LB3 is the best way to make sure we're able to get people up and moving. Because, like, realistically, one person, like one DPS player using their pure who is up and doing their rotation and able to DPS is going to outdamage an LB3 in this instance. So making sure people are alive is always the priority. Experienced tanks. If you have lost sacrifice and you see a healer go down, it is always a good idea to sack your healer. If you're using a pure, there's like I think it's like a 30% chance that you get doomed, as opposed to the like 100% chance that you get doomed if you use lost sack. So just keep that in mind. You can always pick up your healers. I try to do it fairly 30% of the time, but every time. Yeah. Yeah, I felt that. But, like, realistically, tanks, I'm sorry, I'm saying this as a tank, a healer is more important than we are. Especially if we have that LB3 up. It's very important that healers are able to pick up the rest of the party. And sometimes, if they wait a tick, for the Doom to actually kill you, they'll pick you up with it too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gonna make another blanket statement that if you have a habit of hot micing or if you have a really loud keyboard or anything like that, that you please mute or go on mute or go on push to talk. Volyova, I'm hoping to God that not all of our tanks die. Because if me, the caller, dies, then that's gonna be really fucking embarrassing on Trinity Seeker. But yeah, all in all, that's pretty much it in terms of the encounter and what y'all need to know. Really, it's just a matter of seeing it from here on out. So food check.
Just one question. Do you happen to know just roughly how much damage the raid wide does?
I know that if you don't have a Pure on, and before Fortitude stacks were a thing, it would kill you if you weren't a tank.
Okay.
Please keep perception for in the instance that we clear Trinity Seeker. And even if we don't clear Trinity Seeker, we will be leaving the instance and we will have to use it again. Also, because I see one of the markers, yeah, I see the Pokeball. But I also see another marker. If there's someone in your party who doesn't have a Pure on, and who doesn't have a Pure in your holster, please put a target to ignore over their head. This isn't shaming, this isn't a scarlet letter, it's just that, like, someone without a Pure literally is not worth the resources of the healers to raise. So please, please, please keep that in mind. You might have to give them a shape as well. That means ignore them.
To all of you guys that are getting symbols right now, make sure that you bring Pures when we come back in here.
Yeah. As I said beforehand, when we started this, I do expect everyone to have Pures in their holsters. Since this is our first pull of Trinity Seeker, it's fine. But, it's fine. This is a fresh prog. Next pull, I expect everyone to have their Pures. And by extension, for any run that you get into after this, where you are popping Pures from the start, if you jump down and you do not have a Pure, they re-instance. So you're costing 47 other people those Pure essences. No one wants to be the person who forgets their Pure on a TA run, on a Queen run. So get into the habit of making sure that that always applies, or making sure that it is always in your holster. I cannot overstate this enough. Okay. So is our Pokeball back?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So with that, let's go ahead and do ready checks.
God, I can't freaking spell.
It's okay.
Ready, check. There we go. Ready.
FF14 players aren't literate.
I mean, I wasn't literate before I started playing this game anyway.
Welcome to the club.
Felt that. Y'all can read? Alright. So we've got
I've cleared TS without a peer as a DPS, and that's not true.
It was on one of my runs.
It's true.
All right, so A, C, B, F, E, D. Everyone is ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the countdown. As a reminder, if you are not Charlotte Noir, the main tank with the number 1 over their head, you need to have your tank stance off. We're gonna get ready to go. If you'd like to, you can use grade 3 tinctures in your rotation as you would normally. The extra DPS does help. This encounter starts off with a raid wide, so feel free to pre-shield and heal your parties before we get going. Also food. Food check, re-razor check, pure check, vibe check. Let's go. Raid White is going to go out. We've got Mercies coming up next. Alright, we're going to do south, south, north, north. South, south, north, north. Move. Alright. Season's coming out. Look away from the orb and get out of the bloom.
Main tank's dead. Second, grab it.
Raid wide coming out.
Do I go ahead and recenter it?
Yeah.
Or just leave it here.
Well, Tank Buster. So solo Tank Buster. Everyone away from Crisco. Alright, now you can recenter.
No, it's gonna skip that.
Yep, into the hitbox. Into the hitbox. Go ahead and hold it here. We've got more Tank Busters coming up. Shared Tank Buster. Shared Tank Buster. Solo Tank Buster. Everyone away from Crisco. Chains are going to be applying soon. Oh, no. We've got a knockback coming out. Wait for chains to apply. Break them. Get knocked back into a barrier. Knocked back into a barrier. Get back in. Alright, we're going to have Ifrit dashes with the Baleful Blade coming out. Starting at 3. Hide behind the barrier at 2. Behind the barrier at 2. Alright, get back in.
Assume I recenter him here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry if I'm not backing by the way. I just don't want to push the target.
Yeah, no worries. Alright. Stack up behind the boss, main tank included. Alright, we've got a little bit of time to hang out. There's going to be clone line AoEs that come out soon. Just dodge them when they do. And it's going to go into Iron Splitters, so dodge these. And get on Brick. Get on Brick. Next is going to be on Sand. Right, get on Stand. Earthshakers are going to apply. Make sure you take those out. Earthshakers out of the party. Nice. Last one. On Brick, Earthshakers out. Dodge these. Nice. Raid wide soon. may not have time to recenter this. Yep. Intercards of the boss. Boss is positioned weird. Get to its intercards. Get to intercards relative to the boss. Should be able to recenter it now.
Yeah, I'm missing him. Oh, he does that?
Yep. Oh, he does it on his own.
Yeah.
I forget that sometimes.
I have 2 stacks, so whoever is third tank, get ready to take this if I die.
Main tank can grab a back sheep up.
Starting at A. This is going to be with the Mercies. I believe that was right. Right,
South,
left,
south,
left,
north,
north.
north.
South, south, north, north? Okay.
Yep.
I couldn't see which one it was. South. Move. Look away from the orb and get out of the bloom. Chains. Stack up for these. Now break them. Should be a raid wide coming out. Tank Buster coming up.
This solo or sure?
Solo. Solo. Alright, we're gonna have rings with mercies, and then more rings.
That B healer is mark yourself with a chain so people know to get you.
Right, south, south, north, north. Starting on brick. Start on brick. South, south, north, north. Starting on brick. Move. End on sand. End on sand. Right, get on brick. There's going to be seasons after this. Look away from the orb. Get out of the bloom. And dodge these.
Center.
Raid wide going out. Healers, if you have LB3, now is the time to use them. Gonna stack Lazy Boy. Into the boss's hitbox. Into the boss's hitbox. This is going to be Blade with Mercies on the clone. Clone is at B. Hide behind. Hide behind at B. It's going to be left, right, right, left. Left. Move. Stack up for those chains and then break them when you're ready.
And I'll be here real quick.
Raid wide going out. That was also a good time to pump. We're gonna have rings with another blade. You might have to pre-position for this one. Alright, get on brick and then hide behind. Brick and then hide. Sprint if you need to. Hide. Hide behind a barrier. Alright, get back in. We're gonna have chains with mercies on the clone and then a blade. On the south. It's going to be left, left, right, right. Wait for chains to apply. Now break them. Get knocked back into a barrier. Get knocked back into 3. Knocked back into 3. Alright, tank Tank Buster. Stacked Tank Buster. Stacked Tank Buster. And this is Enrage. Let's see how far we can get him down. What was that, 6%?
What do it look like?
Yeah, about 6.
6.
Nice. 6% first pull. Alright, so now that you've seen it, Trinity Seeker is mechanically the hardest boss, just because it is really so mechanics heavy, and a lot faster than the other bosses. If anyone needs fragments for their peers, I have some for casters, melee DPS, healers, and ranged DPS that I can give if you come to Malboro Gangos. I'm over by the Troubled Gentleman if you need them. But yeah, like, especially for, like, missing peers, I'm not going to require peers right off the bat because we might have a fucky wucky on Slime's Golems. However, if you have the peers to spare and you are super, super comfortable, then you're more than welcome to use your peer going in this time around, but I'm not going to require it. The only thing I require, again, is that you have what you need in your holster. Since we got to 6% on Trinity Seeker, please, please, please prep for Queen's Guard. So that means you need to make sure that you have your Spell Steal and Reflect healers. You need to make sure you have that in your holster. And I think we have like a little over an hour left in this run too. Almost 2. I will also be right back real quick.
Is it more efficient to bring Lost Re-Raise or more efficient to bring the Resistance Re-Raisers?
The Lost Action Re-Raise is really, really heavy. So it's more efficient to bring the item, or the Lost Arise. For calling anything, it's always True North unless called otherwise. The only thing that really would change would be the inner cardinal attack, which I can't remember the name off the top of my head because I'm tired. But the one we have to be inner card, if he's cocked sideways, it obviously matters. But everything else, he generally jumps to the middle and faces north anyway. Everything's always True North.
Yeah, technically Lost Re-Raise is lighter because it gives you 2 uses at 12 weight, whereas the Re-Raise is 8. But Lost Re-Raise takes 2 seconds to cast, so it's a lot harder to use mid-battle than the Resistance Re-Raiser, which is why you'll generally bring the item.
Okay. Alright,
It also takes up a lost action slot.
Also that.
I find the hardest part is knowing where I am when there's such a clusterfuck of people in there. It's like, okay, I am one of you.
For clone seasons, what you should be doing is right when the grid appears, you need to see where the orb is and orient yourself appropriately. The orb is going to resolve before the little flower does. So it goes grid, orb, grid, flower, or the big circle pink thing. I call it flower because it's all flowery. So you basically look at the ice, stand in between the grid, look for the orb, turn your back to it, wait for the orb to proc, and then move for the flower while, again, paying attention to the second grid of ice. That's the order.
No, sorry, I mean the Mercy, Seasons of Mercy.
Oh. Yeah, so... Well, Seasons of Mercy is the orb and the ice and everything. What do you mean?
So, when a clone does the Seasons of Mercy, we go to the back of a clone facing true north and then listen for the tails.
Do you mean the swords or
The swords, the four season swords, yeah. First Mercy, yeah.
Yeah, so if the clone is doing it, that means that the boss himself is either doing a knockback or a hide mechanic. So you need to resolve that first. But yes, you do it towards where the clone is. So if you're going to get knocked back, you get knocked back towards the clone. If you're going to hide, you hide behind the barricade by the clone. That way you can resolve the swords right after.
And then we stand at the south of a clone and then listen for the tails.
You pretty much just stand wherever is close enough that you can get to where you gotta be before it starts throwing sword damage at you. You can be slightly north if you want. You can be anywhere you want, but generally in the mob is good. But you can be just anywhere near the clone or anything, whatever is doing the mechanic is somewhere near it, so you can move to where you need to be. But you don't have to be south. It's useful for that because a couple mechanics resolve in such a way that everybody being in a pile is useful. Like the line stack, for example. And the chains, like everybody being grouped together is handy for some things, but you can move a little bit off to the side if you want, or be a little bit away, doesn't matter. Just as long as you get to where you gotta be before it starts actually hitting you.
Just missing a couple more people. Do another ready check, see how annoying I can get. Do I still have my hell macro saved? That's a good question.
So
I do. Sorry, was someone gonna ask a question?
I was, and then I forgot. Fine.
It's okay.
I find the hardest part of doing those mechanics where we're all in and like trying to avoid the half-rodent cleaves is like, okay, where am I in this absolute mess of like?
A lot of people turn off or like make the character name smaller, and you can turn down the.
I have them off. I struggle to see moving objects. Sounds really weird, but when things are moving, it's really hard for me to pick out like details. which is why I don't generally move. Unless I'll figure it out. And...
It might be possible to turn on your nameplates or turn off nameplates for other people.
I have
So you could...
I have nameplates turned off. Basically, the only thing that shows is the HP bars if they are below 100 for my party.
I think you can also change the color if that might help of the text. So,
depending on which class you are, you might literally want to glamour your headgear to look like something that you can point out easily. Aim on hat if you're arranged.
And focus target yourself.
That's so good. What the fuck?
Stink bugs, lol.
That's my countdown macro. What are you talking about?
These are all incredible. As your host, this is my one tax. Please fucking send those to me. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna need that order order one.
That's really good.
really
I need
need
to.
to order one,
I
yeah.
desperately need to harass my static with it.
Single-handedly ruined most of Crystal's Party Finder by typing this. There we go.
I wonder if I've still got my old.
I mean, you don't have to try very hard for that.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah,
got.
fair enough.
Have any of y'all gone into fucking Diamond Weapon since, like, you know, after the first week it was out?
Not at all.
Have to.
God, I haven't touched any of the weapons in forever. Jesus.
Yeah,
I just did 20 emeralds yesterday and I cried.
Oh, ooh.
Oh boy. Wait, party makeup has changed?
Oh,
Did
we have a
somebody leave?
DC. Yeah, we
Oh.
got a DC.
Yeah,
Yeah, my game just kicked me out. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm logging
ruh-roh.
back in.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, like, God, who, I was talking about it with someone, it might have been Chio, actually, but, like, fucking Diamond Weapon is basically the new Titania in PF. It's just so bad.
Oh my god.
It's a nightmare.
Which makes no sense because it's idiotically simple. I
Well,
guarantee
you gotta-
I guarantee you your parties are like PFs are dying to flood, which is go to number. But my number isn't 1 through 4. Okay, we'll add it together. Oh my god, math! And then they fucking kill everybody.
Well, sometimes the numbers look different. Sometimes it's 6 or 7.
They're different colors.
It's not my fault I can only see numbers in the shape of a dice because I've been trained that way.
Oh my god, there's more than 4. What does it mean?
Worst case scenario, the gang
What does
counts.
it all mean?
Instructions unclear. 3 is 9.
Yeah. Instructions unclear. Stacking with the party.
I was lied to, by the way. I was told that if I just stand there and vibe check, the tank buster will miss me and it deck me for half my health.
Oh god.
I was told if I look away, it can't hurt me.
I have assets of the
So I look
Watcher.
away from my screen.
I was told the party could survive a tank stacking with them in the buster.
You would carry me.
They can, forehead.
That's literally what my tanks got in Colorado today.
Oh my god.
Like they literally took their tank buster and like, I'm running to the group with it.
That's the same marker in fucking Puppet's bunker.
And they
No.
obliterated half the raid in Dalrigada today with it.
Oh, I would cry, actually. Anyways, please remember to get everything that you need from your cache. Again, you don't have to pop your pure right away, but if you want to, you can. Please don't jump until you have everything that you need.
Yours. Don't be marked. We had like what, 5 people?
I popped pure immediately.
We had
I'm
like
still
6 or
gonna
7
bring.
people.
I popped pure immediately. I'm still gonna bring a pure in my holster because I don't trust myself.
Oh yeah, you can click off your pures.
We had it
I-
happen
to a tank.
Oh my god, you can? What is
Yes.
that horseshit?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We had one where the host actually clicked off his because the people were buffing him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Not this shit again.
Yeah, and you
the
can't
same
click
them?
you can't click off eraser. That's the horseshit.
Yeah, I do think
Right.
it's kind of bullshit that you can't click off Re-Razor.
The that Dalriada run though, we beat it with 6 people standing.
Oh,
my
god.
Nice.
I'm assuming none of them were tanks.
I think there was one tank. Two healers kept reviving each other, just back and forth.
How
So
many
that's
people?
kinda like,
the question is, how many
like
people did you
fucker.
have going in?
38.
Oh god.
Did
Holy
the
shit.
healers kiss at the end?
That must have been the freshest pog in existence, man.
I have no idea what was up with them.
See, at that point, you just ask all the people who are dead to just leave so that you get the echo buff and you can finish it comfortably.
Christ.
And this is the group that left 5 of us in the center room, and everybody else ran down the hallways.
Trap southeast.
Alright. So, let's go ahead and split calls. So, Golems, sad to see you go. Love to watch you leave. Please go down to voice chat B. Slimes, please stay up here. You're stuck with me.
Shakes my ass on the way out.
Okay, bye-bye.
Slams the door.
Alright, same thing as last time.
And so it begins.
Well, not the exact same thing. Let's try to
Well,
do
not,
it.
yeah.
It was kind of a fest, to be honest, but you know, little cleaner, but otherwise the same general idea.
With pure essence this time.
They always say that. Slimes are a bunch of nerds. Like, don't listen to anything they say.
Yeah, man, we're the Chads over here. The Golems.
Golem gang, baby. It's better over here.
But
It's all about the tank busters.
GG stands for Golem Gang. It always has been.
It always will be.
I'm as tall as a golem.
Alright, so if everybody's good, do ready checks real quick, and we'll get this show on the road.
I can pretty much register as the head of the Golem.
I'd like to get to Queen's Guard. Explanation for that takes a minute too. So if we get there early, we might be able to get past it.
Yeah, and we can flex on the slimes.
Get the TA Prog roll. That'd be ideal.
Oh boy, TA.
Kind of stinks that you have to start fresh at the beginning.
Oh, makes sense. Is E ready? Yeah, we go for another hour.
I feel like that would be.
He is ready. Tank stance on.
Cool. Yep, check your stance again since we need it again over here.
Food, if positive needed.
Before we go on this one run, I have just one question.
What's the question?
Can I get a Hoya?
Boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Get. Ah, jeez.
I made my FC hate me the other day. They were all going, ooh woo, and I went, ooh woo, like every time right after them.
They're just jealous because you're special.
I said this in last prog when they asked about questions and no one got the reference, but I said, how do I get out of this chicken shit outfit? But no one knew what I meant.
The zipper stuff.
Situations.
Alright, there is a trap blue again. Seems to go there every time.
It's from Aliens.
Make sure you murder them on the panel. Not like I did.
Other than that, let the Perceptors go forth. And this time, kill blue on the pad first time. If you, when you have them targeted, they have a little circle on it. Just make sure that circle is inside the bigger circle. And there you go. Easy peasy. Why is that guy following me? Got here. There you go. Did we not do
no.
Southwest?
I don't think they.
Okay, there it is.
the
Yeah, give me a
inside.
second. There you go. A little bit farther. There you go.
Ooh.
All right, so beat down blue there.
Alright.
There is
Careful,
your tank buster.
circles.
Clean that bleed off, all that good stuff. With pure, this should go a little bit faster, assuming everybody's through. You didn't have to. After that, go over to white. And then just chill on your burst until he gets down to about 30%. Interrupt that. There you go. Yeah, that's fine. If he does it near 30%, it skips it, so that worked out fine. Then up to green after that. Start clearing out mid for a little while. Alright, go up to red, start beating it down. And then once it gets near about 25%, give the tank a second to move it onto the pad and then kill it. Alright, that's back to mid and start pruning what's left. Alright, cool. If no one is dead, I don't see anybody. Yep, cool. Just go ahead and jump across and go back up to chat A and hopefully we'll clear this time. Shouldn't be a problem.
Very nice second goal. Or third. Whatever. I don't know how to count.
Yeah, we've been over that. Nobody who plays this game can count.
Exactly.
A flood
Alright.
race.
Flood race.
No,
The flood race. They taunt me.
These flood race can't stop me because I can't read.
Remember your peers.
Pure check. Re-razor check. Food check. I am scrolling through people's party lists. I am targeting people.
Pervert.
I know, I'm sorry.
I have to say, one of the things I really appreciate about 14 is, unlike 11, it doesn't tell you when someone is looking at your gear. In 11, it used to say so-and-so is examining you, and it just...
Oh my god. I could
don't know
never.
why. It was just instant pangs of anxiety, like, please do not observe me.
Do not perceive me.
Whenever you target somebody and they happen to be looking at you, it's like, what are you looking at? Why are you looking at me?
That's why you gotta be very far away and behind a bush.
I feel so violated right now.
We equip all of this fancy looking gear to look pretty. Don't fucking look at me.
Speaking of that situation, I examined someone and forgot to click off them, and then I walked off. I came back to a whisper, and they're like, "Well, if you were gonna stare at me, you should at least say hello first."
That's when I see someone with a nice glam. I just quickly glance and examine and pop away from their target.
Yeah, you gotta click off so they don't see you looking at them.
Yeah.
That's how you properly creep on people.
But I forgot because I walked away for like 5 minutes.
Also, what you do not press the follow button.
Oh my
This one time
It makes it more even comfortable.
I have a corrupt
Definitely done
character.
that.
It makes people very uncomfortable, especially if you're a Rogadin or.
This one time I have a corrupted character in my examination screens, the text, and everyone who examines me just DCs, including the GM.
Oh.
Oh my god.
They had to
Power.
ring up. I don't know why. They have to tell me to log off and fix it in their servers and have me stop playing for 3 days.
Holy shit.
You should have kept that power.
In World of Warcraft, one of my friends had a helmet glitch out their character's head to a blue and white checkered box.
Nice.
All right, go ahead and do ready checks if you haven't already. Looks like C is ready, F ready, B, E.
Stances, I guess.
Yep.
It's a food
if you're
check.
not Charlotte Noir. A is ready, D is ready. Okay, cool. That's the only parts of the alphabet that matter.
It's handy because I don't know anything beyond that.
Trying to get this clear.
All right. As a reminder, let's keep comms clear. I'm gonna start the countdown.
Real talk though, like I still have to use the jingle I learned in kindergarten to go through the entire alphabet.
I think that's just like
I can't do it without it. I literally physically cannot.
All right. Reminder that this starts with a raid wide. Please pre-shield and heal your parties.
Only weirdos can.
Does Heart of Light mitigate?
It does.
Yes, everything in here does magic damage. Raid wide going out. Right, Mercy soon. Left, left, right, right. Left, left, right, right. With a season to follow. Look away from the orb and get out of the bloom. Raid wide going out. Get into the hitbox, into the boss's hitbox. Tank Buster. This is a stacked Tank Buster, shared Tank Buster. This is a solo Tank Buster, solo Tank Buster. Everyone away. Pains will be applying soon. Hide behind a barrier, break those chains, and get behind a barrier. Alright, get back in.
Comments are coming, so chill on your lost action. I usually get up in time like that.
Alright, starting at C. We're gonna get knocked back into 4. Starting at C, get knocked back into 4. Get knocked into the barrier at 4. Raid wide to follow. Stack behind the boss, main tank included. Alright, we've got some pump time here. clone AoEs coming out soon. Dodge these. Going into Iron Splitters. Get on sand. Get on sand. Next set is going to have Earth Shakers. You can pre-position on Brick. Get on Brick. Earthshakers out of the party. Earthshakers out of the party. Get on stand. Earthshakers out of the party. Earthshakers out. There was an Earthshaker in the party. It was a little feisty. Raid wide coming out. Intercards of the boss. Intercards of the boss. He is a little funky. This is gonna be dashes with mercies on the boss. Starting at 3. It's gonna be right, right, left, left. Right, right, left, left. Look away from the orb and get out of the bloom. Stack up for chains. Raid wide coming out. Solo tank buster away from main tank. Right, we're gonna have rings with mercies and more rings. Starting right, right, left, left. Starting on sand. Start on sand and on brick. Right, right, left, left. End on brick. End on brick. One more to follow. Get on brick. Season's coming out. Look away from the orb. Get out of the bloom. Dodge the clones. Raid wide coming out. Into the boss's hitbox. Get into the box's hitbox. Next is going to be a blade with mercies on the clone. Clone is north. We're going to be hiding behind at 2, hiding behind at 2. It's right, right, left, left. Stack up for chains. Break them. Alright, kill him. This is a raid wide. Kill him. Oh, healer LB. Whoops. Might have been a bit slow
That was
on
a close one.
Yeah, do we have any dead? Or did I call it in time?
You called it in time.
It was.
My party.
God. was so focused on the 1%.
But you
All
forgot
right.
to recognize the 99.
I did forget about the 99. Thank you. So we have a duelist. If we can get Shell and Protect on Small Bean. Also, don't forget your personal spoils. Congrats, you get feet.
I apologize for taking that feather into the party. That was my bad.
All good.
We don't have a dance. Small Bean, is there anything else you need? Or are you good?
So many traps.
That's all of them right there. 3 in the hallway, 3 before it.
Is there always 3 traps in every region?
It sure seems to be. I've never actually bothered to count beyond this. Let's see,
Hopefully.
there's, after the Phantom, there's 2 in that hallway, and then 3 in the room before TA. Or is it 4?
It's 4.
4. And then there's, I think it's 4 again, because there's one on the bridge before Stig. I think it's just a coincidence, honestly. I think it's 3s and 4s mostly.
Yeah. Alright. Oh god, I thought that was Dahu for a second. I was about to... I got really scared. I was like, no! Alright, so this is Dahu. You've probably heard a little bit about Dahu and how clearly this is the hardest fucking encounter in all of DRS. And you know, like, Dahu does get memed on. Feel free to HUD layout in the meantime, actually. Dahu does get memed on a lot for a lot of reasons, and most of them are warranted, but I will say that if you're not respecting mechanics, you are on a fast track to dying, and potentially wiping the raid. So, just keep that in mind. There have been Dahu wipes in the past. Support wiped. That sucks. What happened? Just so yeah, Dahu does get memed on a whole lot, but like, so long as you're respecting mechanics and focusing on doing mechanics, it'll be fine. There is no enrage. There is no DPS check. You have plenty of time, and we have plenty of time to kill the boss and get it done. Or kill the encounter and get it done. There's really not a whole lot about Dahu that's different than Dahu in normal. He still has the lion AoEs, he still does the right-left, and has the fucking puddles that chase you around the arena. It's just a little bit tighter. If you're playing a melee, definitely watch your feet, because you can get just fucking dunked on, and it hurts so bad. Dahu still has the charges, so pretty much try to avoid being in his front unless you are the main tank. The new things are that he does have a move called Spit Flame, so definitely check out his SoundCloud album whenever you get the chance, but he'll mark everyone up with numbers like you see from Tesleen and Holminster Switch. There's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have that marker over your head, I don't care what you're doing, you need to go to an ad near the 1, 2, 3, or 4 in this arena, okay? You need to make sure that you kill that ad with the marker over your head, pretty much, because that will create a safe space for us when those knockbacks start to go out. When it comes to, there's also going to be flare markers over 2 tanks. If you are a tank who gets a flare marker, during the knockback phase, you want to position yourself so that you get knocked to the south, and then the rest of the party is going to get knocked north. And there is also an ad phase. So during the ad phase, main tank is going to get a total of 6 tethers. At that point, I will call for the off tank to provoke Dahu. Someone is hot micing, please remember to mute your mic, especially during explanations and calls. During that point in time, I will call for the off tank to provoke Dahu. Everyone else in the group needs to focus down those ads. The longer they are alive, the more damage and HP up buffs they get, and the harder they get to kill. Having been on the receiving end of many, many very angry lion ads and being promptly murdered because they weren't killed enough, don't make Charlotte experience that. It makes people feel bad. I've never been so betrayed in my life as when my team has let that happen to me. So don't let the tank die. Focus down the ads, and then you can go back to killing Dahu. Once all of the ads are done, you know what, Charlotte? That's fair. But also, like, they'll automatically target a random person in the party. And sometimes it's a very unlucky Machinist who happens to be nearby. I think we have the video of Denna being chased by lions somewhere around here, and that was definitely an encounter where I got fucking murdered by those fucking feet AoEs. Yeah, it was really funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was very funny watching him scream and then sprint across the arena. But like, I don't want to haze people like that this early into them progging DRS. Yeah, I was fucking murdered. But yeah, don't do that. God. So make sure that you kill those ads. I'll call for the main tank to provoke Dahu back whenever they're dead. At which point we just continue business as usual. It does rotate. There will be a second ads phase that we will probably get to that will have the puddle chasing AoEs around your feet. Be very careful and don't place them under the main tank's feet because you will kill them. And then we'll have another instance of ads chasing people around the arena. And, like, again, the longer they're alive, the more they hurt. Please don't make this be a Dahu wipe. I will be very upset. No one wants to have Dahu as their fucking prog roll. Alright. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're good to go ahead and do ready checks. Duelist party, as a note, there's a strong chance that Small Bean will eventually get kicked out, so we will be without LB3. So just keep that in mind. Do your best not to fucking die and make our healers' lives easier.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Just don't die, forehead. Easy peasy.
Just do the mechanic.
Yeah. I don't understand what the problem is. Just do the mechanic.
Does dying
Nothing
involve
else
in the
going on.
mechanic?
Alright, EDB. Alright, everyone's ready. I'm gonna start the countdown.
Does he start with a rig wide?
No, he does not
just
start with a
DDR.
red one. Yeah? It's just, you know, PvP chasing people with the puddles under your feet.
Reset to 3.
Get to it. Also, don't bother using your lost actions here. He's not worth it.
Or Dahu.
No.
Just
Watch your feet.
perpetually shit out.
He's winding up to charge. Get out of his front. Charging again south.
Olive warrior gap close.
Alright, lion AoEs are starting to come out. Watch your feet. It does get tight. Numbers. If you have a number over your head, go to an ad near it. Well done. Alright. Right, left coming out. Get left. Move right. Alright, knock back soon. Get knocked back to a safe spot. To a safe spot. Shout out to the like 3 gamers who did that.
Pro
right,
gamers.
blamey, whamey, spin and flamies. If
Did
you
what?
hate moving, you can stand where the second one went off and be fine.
If you don't know what we did, you're not a pro gamer.
You mean the the dash from the knockback?
Yeah, that cheeky.
That's what I did. I waited for the animation.
Alright, off tank provoke, focus on ads. Wanna see him dead, kill the ads. Nice, main tank can take it back. More lion AoEs, this time with puddles. Get left. Get right. Spit flames going out. Alright, tanks get knocked south, everyone else get knocked north.
Oh, I didn't do it. Not a pro gamer anymore.
I fucked it up too. My pride was on the line.
Flamey, whamey, spin and flamies. Once again, he does this 5 times. You can stand where the second one went off and be safe.
The timing's a lot more difficult on this version. It's different than it is on normal. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
I was gonna do it that time, but I had a flare, and I feel like that'd be a bad idea.
He loses just.
No.
I mean, being a
Right,
pro
get
gamer
left.
is more important than your party being alive, so you should have
right.
done it anyway. That way people know where you stand. It also doesn't deal that much damage. It wouldn't really hurt.
Charging.
anybody on the other side.
Get out of his front. He might do it again. He okay?
Yes.
He's going west. Get in there. Kill him.
Also, just a minor.
Oh, good. I had a lot on the line. I had like 2 stacks. Because I was trying to unmute myself, like when someone pointed out that some of
thank
us tanks
God.
did the dash
you're
during the
lucky.
knockback.
You got him on the first try.
Oh. So just a minor. I can't think of the word because I'm kind of dumb and also tired.
Describe the
If you're
word.
if you're melee and you dash to him as he goes past you, it'll follow him all the way. It doesn't stop like where he was when you dashed.
Yeah, it'll
So
teleport
you
to his
use your
endpoint.
gap closer and it follows him the entire distance, so you don't have to like run there awkwardly looking like an a-hole. God damn.
Making my way downtown.
Yeah, it's
Also,
much
fun
cooler to
fact.
fly like 30 yards.
I like this little neat and orderly line we're having here.
We've been Pavloved because of all the traps. Just follow and make sure that, I mean, if the person in front of you doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, but then you have that one person that's just to the side of you that hits the trap and kills you.
I
Yeah.
really hate this guy right here.
Alright, so, welcome to Queen's Guard.
Any
These
difference?
guys don't, oh my god. There's a lot going on.
Oh.
So, they don't aggro based on distance, but please, 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 play it safe. Don't run up to them. Don't smack them. If you pull early, I will let them kill you. So just keep that in mind. So there's a few tank mechanics for this. First and foremost, can I get someone who will take Knight and Soldier? Can I get someone who will take Knight and Soldier?
I'll do whatever. Just put me whatever we have left.
Do you have Dispel still?
Of course I do.
Okay, cool. Alright, Charlotte will do Warrior Gunner. So, mark you. You get the 2 now.
So the tanks take half and half.
I'll get to it. And then can I get, again, Knight Soldier? Who wanted it? Anyone? Anyone?
I'll take it. I have a sword and shield. Knight has a sword and shield.
Meant to
Sure.
be.
Seems compatible.
Alright, so I need someone who is willing to take the west turret and someone who is willing to take the right turret. This is a phase 2 mechanic, and it will require you to use your invuln.
I can do one of them.
I guess I might as well grab the other.
Okay. Chio, you will get west. Who
Oh, do I
was-
need-
Was it Soul?
I can grab east, yeah.
Oh, Solon wants to take. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I need to put the spell on.
I'm gonna make a slight request. When you're volunteering for something, can you give me your character name? Because if you say I or me, I don't know who the fuck I or me is.
What if that's actually their username?
Well, type it. Okay, so the next mechanic, this is a phase 3 mechanic. It will also require your invuln. I need 2 tanks for the first north orb and the second north orb. You can put in 1 or in 2 in shout chat. And then I need 2 tanks for south 1 and south 2. This is something that you will have to remember for yourself. Because I don't have enough markers for it. Okay, so we've got south 1 and south 2. I'll go ahead and take north 1. So I need a north 2.
I'm kind of nervous.
Okay.
'Cause
Ayanga? Okay. Then you can have it.
every time I've ever Dark Knighted, I use my invuln, and I've never gotten healed here and died. So I'm kind of nervous about offering to do anything that involves an invuln.
Just
Let me know when you do it. I will clemency you.
It has. Every time. To be fair, that actually happened on the clear run or a couple days ago in Iron. My paladin's like, oh god, he's trying to heal me, and no one else did, and I fell over dead.
Does he have
I'm like,
sucker stacks?
Is it the same one where Iron called ice and got frozen because of it
Yeah.
anyways? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny, honestly.
All right.
Wait, no, you're in my
so-
party. I have Mason for you.
All right. Now that we have gotten that all squared away, again, let's do comms clear. I'm gonna go into explanations. We've got our tank sorted. So I'm just gonna start with, this is gonna have to be phase by phase because Queensguard is actually significantly different in Savage than it is in normal. So to start with QG, we're gonna gather up all of the ads in the center and AoE them to hell and back. We want them to hit 80% HP, and then they're gonna move away. We need to keep their HP values pretty even, because if one dies before the other one, it's gonna start to enrage. So I'll be keeping an eye, and I'll call for when one needs more attention than the other. But a general rule of thumb, parties A, B, and C, we will be doing DPS to the left hand member of the guard, and D, E, and F will be doing damage to the right hand member of the guard. So the first phase in Queensguard is going to be Knight and Warrior. The Knight tank will grab the Knight and then pull them to the middle, and the Warrior tank is going to grab it and pull it all the way to the east. Not where you're in the, like, death barrier, but basically your heals, like, right next to it. This is the phase where Spellforge and Steel Sting are especially useful, even required. So they will have either a yellow or purple tether that will appear between them. This makes them resist the corresponding damage type. During the countdown before this fight, healers are going to apply Steel Sting to all primarily magic damage dealers, and Spellforge to all primarily physical damage dealers. When we see this tether, I'll call out to click off one of the buffs, and everyone with said buff will either need to right-click it to remove it, or use a macro to remove the buffs without having to click around. I use a macro mostly because I don't want to click off my peer. And I definitely recommend y'all using something like that. That said, there are some jobs that will need both spell and steel depending on what is called out. And spell and steel do overwrite each other, so you don't really have to worry about clicking it off unless, like, it super applies to you. The jobs that will need both are Paladin, Dark Knight, Ninja, Bard, and Red Mage, because you deal both damage types, so they will need to have another buff applied to them whenever the damage types swap. The first mechanic combo in this fight is going to be bombs, with the Knight changing to charging to an orb in the center. The knight will either use Sword Omen or Shield Omen. If the knight is using Sword Omen, it's going to move into the center of the arena and cut the orb in half. This is going to make the orb explode. We're going to have to resolve our bombs at the very outside edge of the arena. If it's Shield Omen, the knight is going to charge the orb and knock it to another side of the arena. We need to line ourselves up with the trajectory of the knight to get knocked away from the orb into a safe spot and onto the bombs that we need. The bombs themselves are going to require us to look for tethers from the warrior, which can apply to both bombs and the players. If both you and the bombs have no tethers, or if you have a tether and the bombs have a tether, you're going to go to a large bomb. If there's a tether on you and no bomb tethers, or a bomb tether and you don't have a tether, you're going to go to small. I will call it out, typically like tethers to large, party to small, or something like that. But if you're able to like figure out what they are, then please then you can go ahead and do that. If you have a tether, you will always have to move into where a bomb previously exploded to avoid the bomb still suspended above you. Basically, like, when you're tethered, it puts you as the same weight as whatever bomb is going to drop first. So you'll drop at the same time as a bunch of the other bombs, and you need to move into where those bombs exploded so that the bombs that were smaller, or the bombs that were a different weight than you, don't whack you when you get when they drop down. Those are typically going to be the bombs where the rest of the party is collected, more or less. Alright. After this, and pretty much every other mechanic in this phase, the warrior will begin to cast Boost. Once that is done, once it finishes casting Boost, it needs to be dispelled. Otherwise, the raid wide hits very hard and can potentially kill you. The next mechanic has more tethers, but it's a little simpler. This is going to have wind and gravity mechanics, wind being green, gravity being purple. If you get tethered, you go to wind, and untethered will go to purple. Never stand in the overlap because you will get Venn diagrammed and it will hurt, and you will get a doom stack. After this, we'll get in on the knight in the center to be in position to deal with the next mechanic. This will be another shield or sword omen, but it will also spawn 3 nails to 3 directions around it. And so you typically, if it's shield omen, for example, you want to be hugging the knight towards the safe position. I'll try and call out as best as I can. If y'all are familiar with like Garuda nails, I know not everyone here does like Savage raiding or anything like that, and some of you, this is your first time. The first time I heard Garuda nails, I had no fucking clue what people were talking about. But if you're familiar with that mechanic, it's like that, but with the sword and shield omen. If you're not familiar with the mechanic, I feel like there's a graphic here somewhere in the server that has it. But like, let me hop off of my notes and into the game. But like, okay, say this is the soldier, right here in the middle. If someone wants to stand where I am, real quick, just be a body. Okay. So I only needed one of you. Say that there's a nail here, and here, right? So soldier is casting shield omen. That means you need to be hugging it right here, to where you are inside of the donut and you don't get cleaved by the rest of it. If the soldier is casting sword omen and the nails are in this orientation, then you need to be out of melee range in the safe zone so that you don't get cleaved by the rest of the arena. by the rest of the attack.
So in short, it's the same sword and shield. In for shields, out for sword. But for the shield, just avoid the puddles.
They're not necessarily puddles, but yes. The way I think of it is that, like, with the nails, because they do big conal cleaves, essentially, that'll take up a quarter of the arena. And yeah, pizzas, basically. You want to make sure that you're, like, in the safe pizza slice.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Inside or outside.
The good pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. These my queen? Cool. These are my QG markers. God, the pizza analogy comes up a lot with Queensguard, actually. I've definitely referred to resolving bombs on the edge of the arena as going to the pizza crust.
Something small goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once Knight and Warrior are done, healers can take Steal and Spell off and switch to Reflect in order to prep for Phase 3. Soldier is going to be grabbed by its tank and taken west, again, close to the edge of the arena, but not to where you're in the death zone. And Gunner will be taken to the middle. The first mechanic is going to be a combo of large and small fireballs that will turn to frogs and then hop around. We're going to get in between the small fireballs, which I will call, but also, veterans, if you are good at this mechanic and can see the frogs doing the jumping and whatnot, and call it before me, please do, because holy shit, that one always confuses me. That one still gets me. I've gotten a lot better about the bombs, though.
God, I got you.
Yeah, so we'll get between, like, where the small fireballs because that'll be a safe spot. At the same time, the Mustadio mechanic, where you have to show your safe side, where you have to point the safe side to the boss, is going to be applied. You should know this from Orban Monastery. It shows up in the Blackburn CE in Zadnor now, so I'm hoping y'all are familiar with it. But you'll stand in the safe spot, point your hole to the gunner until that raid wide goes off, and then you'll immediately turn to face your hole to one of the turrets along the side of the arena. They'll alternate what sides they're on, so be sure that you know where they are, and make sure that you line up in a way to where you don't get clipped by several, or like 2 of them, because that can happen. Normally for that mechanic, what I'll do is I'll just run right to the edge of the arena, and make sure that safe spot is just facing what I need it to. After this, the sniper turrets are going to spawn, and these are going to be grabbed by the turret tanks. They'll have their slow cast. It's called Sniper Shot. You want to invuln it about 3/4 of the way through, because they'll cast it. It will kill you if it goes off, and the turrets do need to be focused down. When these turrets go up, everyone needs to be focused on doing damage on them, because if they explode, it's pretty much a guaranteed wipe of the raid. So they need to be killed and focused down. They take priority over Soldier Gunner. There's also the Pyretic and Ice mechanic. I'm sure y'all are familiar with this one. If it's fire, you need to sheathe your weapon. If it's ice, you can keep moving until it's over. After this is the next combo mechanic, which is the soldier clones, 2 of them being safe and 2 of them unsafe. They'll jump twice. They jump 3 times, do the Mustadio mechanic, and you'll have to do the Mustadio mechanic by pointing at the gunner and then the turrets. So basically, how that resolves is you'll get to the safe clone, face your hole to the gunner. That raid wide is going to go off, and then you're going to face your hole to the turret. The raid wide resolves slightly after the clone mechanic goes off, like the clone AoEs go off. But we'll call where the safe spots are. And for this one, I find it's typically easier to just get right up next to a turret that's on the wall, to prevent myself from, like, clipping something else. After this, is a mechanic that you'll recognize from normal, which is the ricocheting turrets. Handle it the same way you do in normal, but like actually respect it. Easy peasy. Once we've killed Soldier and Gunner, then we're on to Phase 3. If you look in Chat 5, someone has already posted the reflect graphic. So if you're healer 1 in A, you'll be reflecting the orb at A1. If you're healer 2 in A, you'll be reflecting the orb at A2, so on and so forth. The orbs pulse twice. So as a healer, what you do is you'll cast Reflect on yourself, go right up to the orb. You want to hug the orb, and when it pulses, you'll reflect it and kill it. Like Reflect will proc and it'll kill the orb. Because the orbs pulse twice, if you see an orb that does not get reflected on the first pulse, don't wait for someone else to reflect it. You need to run there immediately and reflect it and make sure that it dies, because it does give us a damage down. If those damage downs go, if we get too many damage downs, we won't meet the DPS check for Enrage. So do keep that in mind. If you are the North 1 or North 2 tank, there's going to be an Aura Sphere that appears. Well, if you're North 1, North 2, South 1, South 2, those are the Aura Spheres. When the Aura Sphere appears, everyone needs to focus DPS on those orbs, and the first tank for that orb is going to provoke it to make sure that they have aggro secured. The orb will die, and then a marker will appear over the tank's head. It is at that point that you use your invuln to resolve that mechanic. Once the Aura Spheres are dead, everyone can focus on DPSing the Queen's Guard around the arena. This is just like in normal mode, where they're each in an intercardinal position with their ethereal barriers or whatever up. They'll start to cast Coat of Arms. Please, please, please respect Coat of Arms. I cannot stress this enough. Not only do you get a Doom stack, but it knocks you back. I have seen Dragoons get so Dragoons and Bards, fun little fact, because of the positioning of the Queen's Guard, if you're standing like in the hitbox of one and you target another, your Gear School and Apex Arrow will hit the other one. What this means during the Ethereal Shield Coat of Arms phase is that you can hit all 4 of those barriers if you aim it correctly? Question mark? Which means that's like 4 doom stacks and you get knocked across the fucking arena into the death wall. Very funny to watch. I've seen it happen. It's fucking hilarious, but it probably feels horrible to experience. So that is something to keep in mind. You do need to be very aware of your line AoEs and your ranged attacks, because it's funny for everyone except for you when it happens. And it's also, like, you know, a waste of resources for your healers because they have to use the Arise on you. So do keep that in mind. What that also means during the Queen's Guard phase, like the phases before that though, is that, like, again, if you're a Bard or a Dragoon and you're standing in the hitbox and you're targeting the other member of the Queen's Guard, your Gear School and this is why we use HUD layout. HUD layout and move around. It's okay. Healers can take 2 orbs per phase. Damn, that sucks. Is that... Okay. Yeah. I mean, we've got 7 people. Okay, Ayame, what do... Let's see. Are both of your healers fresh prog? I can't remember. Okay. Both of mine are fresh prog too. I was gonna offer to trade, but
So do I have to? So as tank, I'm tanking knight and soldier, but at that time I'm not actually tanking anything, right? I can just take the north orb with reflect.
yeah, you could.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
several light curtains on me, so I can just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
I have trust issues.
and this is why I also brought a light curtain. So, like, I think, you know, running Savage, running Deliberum Savage in particular, just does something to your brain. Anyways. Okay, I'm trying to figure out...
Oh, bookie.
Do we have
yeah,
two
the
teams
issue...
of 7?
We do have 2 teams of 7, so we're trying to figure it out. They had spell. Okay, so... Ayame, can you get your team over here? Like, around this edge? I think you're party A. Alright. Okay. Was anyone in your party? You didn't have a duelist, you didn't have Flare Star. We're missing... Do you have an extra melee in your party? I don't... You are the only melee. Okay. So I guess it really doesn't matter. So Julius, if you can go... Well, shit. Y'all are missing a healer. Solo healing that is gonna suck. With that many people, isn't it?
I heard my name, what's up?
Oh, Celeste, are you are you cool with solo healing it?
It's not too bad, honestly. It's just a lot of raid wives. Assuming they don't get dicked by things individually.
We've got one healer with 1 sucker stack, and the other does not have any sucker stacks.
Got the fastest clemency in the West.
Yeah, but we have both of our healers. So I might snag one of your DPS. And then I can just force Cha-Cha and Lazy Boy to adopt your... Celeste, you've got... Which one? Steel? Okay, which one of mine has spell? Lazy Boy? Okay, I need you to adopt the physical damage dealers in that party. Okay, give me Lotte. Did you drop party, Lotte? Alright. Come here. Okay, cool. So, Lazy Boy, if... I'm just gonna start putting shapes on you people.
Oh, so wait. I guess I didn't... How does this work? If I'm a paladin, do I not have to click off either of them? Like if I have steel
No.
and spell, they just both work?
Yeah, both will work.
Huh.
Oh, I don't have enough shapes. There's 5 of you. Okay, if you are not in Ayame's party, can you please move back to the center? I can't see people. Okay.
Oh, do I need to be over there? Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I
Okay,
can just have
you're-
both on.
Yeah, you're good. You've already got a marker over your head. Okay, so this is Lazy Boy just in general. I know this is a little extra work for you, but anyone in this party, whenever I call for spell to go on, if they are... Oh, I only need to mark your physical damage dealers. I don't have a brain today anymore. Give me that. Okay, so the only people who will need it are gonna be Crisco, Day, and Ayame. So whenever I call for Spellforge to go on, I just need you to click on them and give it to them. Sound good?
We have a Dark Knight somewhere too.
In your party?
Yeah, he's ready.
Oh. Yeah. Here, take that. Alright.
When you're talking about the Spellforge stuff, like I'm a ninja. Is that what you're talking about? The people who need both?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm on the left.
Yeah,
if you
but
wanna
it's
mark
only if you're in Ayame's party, because they are the one who was missing a healer. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Yeah, I got everybody. All right. So, but yeah, that basically covers it for mechanics. Healers, again, you can reflect the 2 orbs. While there are people who are able to go and pick that up for you, don't assume anyone is going to do it. Reflect yours, and if you see one that hasn't been reflected, take it. Other than that, that pretty much covers everything. We're good to do ready checks. Go ahead and reapply Shell. Protect goes on tanks. When I start the countdown, you can start applying Spell and Steel. Physical damage dealers will need Spellforge. Magic dealers will need Steel Sting. If you are one of the problem children, so Red Mage, Bard, Dark Knight, Paladin, and Ninja, you will need both. It doesn't matter what you start them off with, really. So, just keep that in mind. Alright, and with that, everyone's ready, so I'm going to start the countdown. We can go ahead and circle up, start up right here, so that everyone's in place for the buffs. If you are not Crisco or Soul, please, please, please have your stance off. And remember, y'all are gonna want to pull them middle.
So do I go ahead and grab both Knight and Soldier in the AoE?
Wait, Charlotte, weren't you taking? Yeah. Who did I put the 2 on?
So they're gonna disappear after like so long, or if they
Yeah,
get
Soul,
80%
where are you?
individually, and then
You
2
were a
of them
turret
reappear. So the 2 that reappear first are gonna be Warrior and Knight. So you just grab yours and bring them to wherever. So at the beginning, it doesn't matter as long as some tank has at least 1 or 2 of them, so they're not beating on. If we had the duelist was here, usually the duelist rips aggro. Just keep aggro on them, and then they do 2 raid wide, so the 2 tanks can reprisal in order just to make it easier. But other than that, yeah, just make sure you drag them away, because if they tether, they start clapping butt cheeks.
Yeah, thank God they hurt so bad. All right, starting the countdown.
So just as a reminder, Warrior is going to go off to the side here, and the other one stays in mid. So Warrior is going to be over here.
Will we be using lost actions here?
Oh yeah.
You can. Yeah. I normally hold mine until they're single targets, but you can rend here and you can flare star here. Also, renders, you can split up and pick like the left or the right. Alright. Go ahead and pull. Get those AoEs out. Second raid wide. Soldier to 2, or Warrior to 2, Knight to mid. All right, apply Spell Forge. Apply Spell Forge. This is a filler cast. Don't panic. All right, bombs coming out. It's gonna be Shield Omen. Right. Party to small, tethers to large. Party to small, tethers to large. Get knocked back towards the bomb you need. Spell Warrior. Raid Wide coming out. Filler cast. Alright, tethers to wind, party to purple, tethers to wind, party to purple. This is going to be Shield Omen. Hug the Knight. Hug the Knight towards 4. Hug the Knight towards 4. Very nice. Dispel Warrior. Tank Busters coming out. Warrior needs a little more love. Apply Steel Sting. Apply Steel Sting. Okay, bombs coming out soon. It's going to be Sword Omen. We're going to resolve bombs at the edge of the arena. Party to small, tethers to large, party to small, tethers to large, at the edge of the arena. Pizza crust, edge of the arena, edge of the arena. Move into an explosion. Alright, get back in. They're even now. Dispel Warrior. Raid Wide coming out.
I need the steel buff, if possible. Main tank on the knight.
Filler cast. Alright. Tethers coming out. Tethers to wind, party to purple. Tethers to wind, party to purple. Do not get Venn diagram. This is another Shield Omen. Alright, hug the Knight. Towards 1. Hug the Knight towards 1. Dispel Warrior. Oh, I think it was already dispelled. Raid Wide coming out. Double Tank Busters.
That's looking like Enrage. Maybe.
Yep, this is Enrage. Push that damage. Let's see how low we can get it. Get that warrior. Ah. Alright. I mean, for us, like, missing 2 people, that was pretty good. Like, damage-wise, it's kind of surprising how much damage, like, that 1 or 2 extra people can make up. What time is it? I don't think we have. I think we're overtime actually, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So we don't have time for another pull. But that was really good prog. You know. With a fresh prog, you know, if we hit Trinity Seeker, that's our goal. We got to Queen's Guard, and y'all got to see First Phase and Rage, which is really fucking good. So good job, everybody. And definitely keep an eye out for future progs. I mean, I don't host anything above a fresh prog unless it's 24-person runs, and I don't think any of y'all are, like, just being honest, I don't think y'all are ready for that yet. But, you know, I hope to see you around on some of the other further progs. I try to run with other hosts when I can. But yeah, see y'all around, and I look forward to hearing about your future endeavors in DRS. Have a great night.
Log person, don't forget to upload for the roles.
Yes, please.
In the group chat.
They are already in chat.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
I don't think I can do the add prog rolls, so.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, so Prima's gonna be, you know, chewing through these logs, and you should have your rolls applied whenever Prima says so. However, if you don't see them the first time, restart Discord. If you still don't see them after that, ping one of the server moderators, because I can't fix it.
Cool.
Yeah. Alright, but yeah.
Where does it show us our roles?
So you just need to click your name.
Yeah, click on yourself in like the member list, or if you type something in chat, click on yourself.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
and it'll
thank you.
be the like Trinity Seeker progression, Queen's Guard progression, something like that. The looking for group roles you need to opt into individually, and those should be in the Bows and Zad roles channel.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So someone else is applying those roles for us?
So Prima is the bot that does it. It's why we use the logs, because it means I don't have to go through individually and do things.
It takes a while to choose.
When did you say that would get updated?
In the next probably 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it says Prima is typing, which means that it's working through the logs, and you'll get there will be a message in the chat that says like all roles added or whatever. There are some cases where like if you recently changed your character's name or something like that, or sometimes if you haven't verified with the bot in a while, like that one, you just need to re-register it with I am, and I should potentially be able to.
So now if you click on your name, it says Trinity Seeker and Queen's Guard progression. And basically that's what the people who do the runs check to see if you're actually on the prog you say you are.
Like request Dahu prog roll.
I thought it was a roll, wasn't it?
Is it? I want it. Is that a like? Can I have that and the clear roll? Hold on.
I mean, I don't think it is.
I'm pretty sure the Dahu role doesn't exist. It's probably like,
It
wait,
should, though.
you're
Someone
on
asked
Dahu
Kara
Prog?
about it.
Okay. Cha-Cha, you should be able to get that. I don't know if you're still in call, but you should have that applied now. Sometimes I can get people who the boss missed, but like a while ago, there was a brief period of time where like hosts were no longer able to give individual roles if the bot missed someone. So, but that seems to be back now because for the first time since like the actual first time I hosted a run, I finally got a DM from Prima saying I can add roles. I've been doing this for months.
That's cool. So wait, what do I check again?
You just need to click your name.
Yeah. You click on yourself
Okay.
in the voice chat.
Oh, mine's updated. Hooray.
I'm gonna go make a pizza because I'm too lazy to cook anything like real. So, y'all have fun.
God, felt that.
It's
I mean,
pretty
to
normal.
be fair, it's a 3:15 for me, so I don't want to go cook anything for reals. I'm just gonna make the oven do all the work.
I'm like
So,
halfway through this beer, so I'm trying to decide if I actually want to finish it or not.
How y'all have a good one.
Thinking that wasn't so bad. I might sign up for a couple more progs with Tank if they have room for them.
Yeah, like I think going from like healing, especially if you've healed DRS, you can tank DRS. Uh, like especially because there's healers and tanks in particular have like depending on the encounter, they have very specific roles, and that can be pretty high pressure, and so if you're used to that, then you can definitely handle the stress of switching to another one.
Yeah, I'd really like to do the dual list. I've been signing up on a bunch of fresh products trying to get in on it. Not
Yeah,
this one, because I didn't sign up for this one. It's just like, oh, people need
Yeah,
space.
I don't necessarily ask for a duelist, but if someone says, "Hey, I want to get dual practice," then I'll make them the duelist. Because at that point, like they're taking the initiative to say it, and that also to me signals that they've actually like studied it.
Yep. Yeah, but I want to do it on Monk. I wanted to finish my haste gear before that, but I think if I signed up for your 24-person run, so if we clear that one, I think I'll have full haste gear after that.
Oh yeah, I need to see if we got Phil for that. we have just enough people to be able to do it.
I can, if we need more, I know a lot of people on Aether that have alts here that have all cleared DRS, but I don't know that they'll have Valor stacks because it's their alts.
Yeah, I mean, before 5.55, we got to 1% Queen and Rage on my 24-person runs. So, like, I'm not requiring Valor stacks or anything like that for it. Because, like, if we could do it before all of the extra buffs, then we can definitely do it now. And we don't need them now. It's just like, to me, it's just a nice, fun extra thing to have. And maybe I'm like having a boomer moment TM, but we don't need them.
Yeah, we should. But yeah, if we need some fills, I can ask Piggy and a couple others. He runs a couple of the Prog ones on Aether, but
yeah, I mean, like, I'm definitely always happy to have the extra bodies because, like, people tend to drop out last minute or, life happens.
So you get Echo if you have... Oh, sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's fine. We don't get Echo.
You don't?
No, it does scale down, but the ad rooms do not. So there's some extremely fucking cursed strats, especially for golems, that need to be done. The method that CEM developed. I was not golem side. I was on slime side, which was its own little special place of hell.
DPS tanks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I went with Maddie's, and we had like we had actually more than what he like initially wanted to do, which was 32. He had 40. It was kind of interesting.
32. Yeah, 32 people for DRS is actually super fun, super comfy for a reclear. That was actually how I got my third reclear. Wasn't a 32 run that but like 24 people is like there's only 2 tanks on golem side. One of them is kiting around red, the other one is holding both blue and white. Green golem gets killed first by a DPS tank, normally a monk because of Fists of Earth. And like we have both our renders and the flare star on golem side because they need that extra DPS. Because slimes, like for 24 person on also the healers are the hallway tanks because they're sleeping and or stunning the hallway golems. Like I don't want I can do golems. I could probably do 24-man golems, but I don't want to, you know?
I'd be up for it.
Um,
If no one does it, I'll tank one on monk. I mean, I would assume you could just use beast and then swap to pure when you get to TS.
I mean, honestly, even like, especially now with the extra like stacks that you get, you could probably still just use your pure. Actually, you know, I think the only people who were using non-pures on Golem's side were the healers, and they were in Deep Templar. But overall, your pure is still the best DPS and like HP you can get in Delibram Regine, like full stop.
I think you do need to bring like a Lost Incense if you're
Yes.
DPS tanking.
Yeah, Lost Incense is pretty important. It also gives you like that 30% mitigation whenever you use it. The slime side, the way it works out is like slimes needs 4 tanks, full stop. We can't get around that. And so we have melee DPS as the hallway tanks. In the runs before this, we had samurais for north and south hallway, and they just they pre-slotted in mimic and incense. And that way they could just mimic off of like either a render if they were going to rend later, or a DP, like someone with pump actions, so that they had it, and so that they could pump through the rest of the fights. And that went pretty well. Like depending on how the DPS is, like, I mean, okay, in Fresh Prog for Slimes, we say you need to use your full rotation. And, like, you know, you can kind of get away with half-assing it, like, a little bit, but no bullshit on 24-person for Slimes. If you are not going through your full rotation and using all of your resources, not your lost actions, but, like, your resources, you won't meet the DPS check on those red slimes, and they'll just either go back to full or fuse with something. Another thing that we did for the 24 persons on slime side is tank DPS actually matters on slime side in that instance, and so red slimes were being brought to the tanks and killed next to the green slimes on the button. And let me tell you, that makes me clench a little bit, like, even now, and I've been doing room kills and some people's further progs for a hot fucking minute. Like, in the 24-person runs, if you're a tank and a red tethers to you, you just kill it. Like, you either kill it or you wipe.
Murder it, no questions asked.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, like, I really enjoyed doing the 24-person runs. I had to take a break from hosting DRS in general just because I was hosting my 24-person runs, then doing static, and then hosting my fresh progs, and that just was fucking draining. Now that my schedule's opened up in a way to where I can get the wiggle room that I need to do the things that I want, I'm definitely, like, hoping we can actually get people interested and participating in the 24 people runs, because, like, having, like, been on clear runs since 5.55, it's just not the same level of difficulty to me. And I like things to be difficult for them to be fun. I need the enrichment.
That's why I want to do the duel. Like, I don't feel like I have problems reclearing this anymore. I would like to try that though.
Yeah, for sure. The duel, one of my friends has been a duelist in this server for quite a while. And like, perspective wise, the duels in the Bosnian Southern Front and in Zadnor are more difficult than the DRS duel.
Yeah, that didn't look very hard. The only part is like, if there's a couple parts where if you fuck up, it's like you're dead, but like you don't. You have to wait like 5 seconds, anyways.
The traps especially are like, good god.
Yeah, if you go down the wrong path trying to get up to him, it's just like, well.
And there's like, sometimes like your froggy trap or the ice trap are just, you know, not in good positions. So sometimes the RNG just fucks you over.
Can you, so on the traps that gate you when you get knocked back and you have to percept them, can you lost excellence and just gap close? Like, what would happen if you did that?
I have no idea. That might, you know, I mean, you could always ask Fi. I'm pretty sure they would try some shit like that just for giggles. I'm trying to think of who the other dual.
One gap close just kills you. I don't know which one that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Oh, they changed it to kill you if you did a gap close on something.
Yeah. I mean, like, duelists that I know in the server, like Fi and Snark, I know that they like to talk about, like, all sorts of theory crafting and stuff just to see what kind of fun things they can do, so I'm sure if you ask them, they'd, like, be happy to talk about it with you.
Yeah, I like to mess around it. I'll see. I want to try to get in, I don't know, fresh, like whatever fresh prog I can that wants to do it. Because I don't want to trap it in like a reclear.
Right, God.
But we have done a reclear without our duelist. It was actually Vladi. The first reclear of the day, Hikari got a really bad RNG on the traps.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to clear that one without a duelist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty firmly of the opinion that, like, DRS, you should be able to clear it without the duelist, and the duelist is nice. So, especially on fresh progs, when we get to Queen's Guard, if, like, doing it without a duelist and getting, like, to first phase in Rage, or even, like, on my last run, we didn't have a duelist, and we got to third phase in Rage. That, to me, really strongly indicates that that group is ready to go to TA, and maybe even prog further. Because a duelist makes up such a significant amount of your raid's DPS that, like, it can very easily tilt the scales one way or another. So, like, yeah, the duelist kind of carries, but, like, each individual on their own should be comfortable enough with the mechanics where that isn't super necessary, you know?
Yeah, but I want to do over 100K. Like I already this is what I want. I'm missing 2 pieces of haste gear, and I average around 55 to 60K. I want dance partner and duelist. I don't want to see if I can break 120.
And stack it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's another thing. Like, you know, for my 24-person run, I mean, you signed up. I didn't ask about Valor stacks or anything because of my whole mindset on it. But I don't know, maybe in the future when, like, it's more likely that more people will have max Valor or something, I might try, like, min-maxing or whatever. But that's also a lot of effort. And I don't feel like thinking that hard.
Yeah, plus if it's hard enough to get people to sign up for the 24 now, if you're gonna gatekeep, like, who has value stacks. It would be fun though, like, everyone having an optimal party.
Yeah, like, I was on Fi's clear run last night, and there were mechanics that we skipped just on TS that I didn't think you could skip. They were calling it, and they were just like, "Oh, you can skip that now."
How do I leave the alliance? What the fuck? It's not letting me.
I just want that big doggy mount.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, dog good.
Yeah, and that way you have to RP walk, otherwise you look silly whenever you point. But you look like a.
You know, we started joining the DRS because we were so desperate to get this dog, And it took a whole month to do it because this was pre 5.55, right? And then now we're like, but now we want to do more DRS because it's fun to like do all of this shit. Like, where am I gonna go in normal mode, like normal content, where I'll hit like 40k, 50k, whatever. So now I'm just like, yeah, I like my haste gear, right?
I know, right? I'm so used to my like 2.05 GCD with chicken fettuccine that like.
Right. Or like, what's this? I super enjoy not having positionals.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
man,
I did.
like okay. So
Like
one
there
of my
was
friends,
a time, yeah.
one of my friends leveled Dragoon in Bosia.
Oh my god.
And so when he got out of Bosia, he was like, "Where's my ride and thrust?"
I had what's this? There was 2 weeks where I did no content except for like Zadnor and Doja. And then I went into Near 3 and I was like, where's my buffs? You know, I've been playing Dragoon for like 6 years, so it's like, oh right, I have positionals again. It sucks.
Yeah, this is the first time I've reclued Savage since Zadnor came out, and it was like going from 1 point. I think what do I have in mind? Let's see, 1.6 GCD to like back to normal. It feels like playing the game in slow motion,
Right? Yeah.
and you're
I super
missing like
enjoyed
all your.
it.
Monk's
But
actually kind of
I
really nice for it because you can six-sided star to weave stuff. But yeah,
I have no monk. I only have one per role, so. But thanks for letting me party lead for you, Coyote. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Same.
And thanks for filling our party, Crisco.
yeah.
Thanks for leading the group, Saphira.
Thanks for hosting, Coyote.
I will go to Castrum for my weekly. But
Oh God.
bye.
Bye. All right, I am going to head off too. I have house decorating I need to do.
I
Bye.
guess I should go to sleep.
Hello. We still
Dang.
muted. I was about to say.
Whoops.
How will I ever dodge mechanics?
That was fun. I wish I would have played it as a mage, though.
Playing as a mage is fun.
Does this mean part of that group now?
Hmm?
For that? Does this mean part of that group now or something?
Nah, it's just like a sign up thing.
Ah,
You just like
yes, for the
join
Prog.
whatever, like, yeah, they do ads for like XX Prog. You can get Prog
So I
roles
can-
there.
So I can now join in for the Trinity one, right? If someone was doing that, Prog.
You're doing Queensguard, but most have like Queensguard / Trinity. So it's like kind of like two, both in one.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is probably Scassage tomorrow, but I think that one's like full to the brim. I think I saw the roster for that. Yeah. You probably have to wait until either Sunday or Monday for people to put up new hosts. Well, hostings for like anything.
I was having fun taking pictures of my characters, new glam, sharing it on the pyro one if you want to see it on glam. I'm like, what's a good outfit to describe like what good emote is to describe this glam combination? And I found one like, all right, I'm gonna take a few pictures of this
Where'd you take the picture?
in the Pyre channel in Discord.
Pyre.
Do you have that one? It's a picture of a fire.
Nope.
No? Okay, I could just show you it on your lame spam.
Glam
Let me just find the open files. Where is it? There it is. Did this. Did this. And did this.
So I feel like you're like a mini Willy Wonka with different colors.
I just thought of that too a while ago. Like, you know what? Either, regardless of what the results is, it's all good. This is technically my gambler outfit. I'm already anticipating it.
Oh no.
Oh god. I'm dying over here.
I would be dying as well.
I could literally no, but the hat can't be dyed. I could have done it. I could have made myself purple, but I can't dye the hat. Unless I was playing healer, but the hat is in white, I think.
Unfortunate.
Yes. Oh no, where's Yomi? He's not joining in.
Yomi's going at 12.
Damn, someone got the Mad Hatter like design. Ooh.
That Hatter, oh.
Yeah. Where is it?
I'm trying to wait see if there's a hunt train that's gonna go out.
Damn,
or
this
not.
guy put a lot of work in it. It's pretty good. I'm checking other mage glams to see what staffs would look nice because I can't get the brush because, yeah, it's no longer available. Sucks that I missed out on some limited time thing that was literally 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I like if this one person made like a outfit with the earth rod called Ground Witch. I'm like, isn't that just a geomancer?
It was kind of odd calling it Ground Witch. Please call it Earth.
It sounds like a friggin'. It sounds like a sandwich been sat on the floor.
Lol. It's unfortunate.
Not bad. Well, I get that. Check out that staff as well. I missed that already. I wish I was during that event to get the staff, but I can't. It's a paintbrush. It's very rare. I don't think that exists. Like, it legit does not exist anywhere else in this game. I don't even know if it's tradable.
Oh, what is it called?
But it's a blue item. Aren't those like non-tradable? I'm going to the character right now, real quick. Called Motto Brush.
Motto Brush.
Can't be dyed. Oh, it can be dyed. It's unsellable, market prohibited.
Market prohibited. How do you spell that?
Motto, M-A-D-O.
Oh.
That name will never get old. The Kum Kum staff. It's K-U-M. Just. It's 100 M. Okay, that's not that much, honestly, for how much I earn of NGP.
It says it's Garo gear.
It is. You know that it was like Rose was telling me that was an event that was 2 years ago.
It was for PvP wolf marks.
Yeah, you can't get them anymore, sadly.
That's
I think. Actually, let me check. Let me just close some of these tabs because they're taking up room. Checking the PvP. Oh, geez, I basically made emotes.
Yeah, it's a specific NPC there that's not there anymore, I think.
He ain't.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Which sucks a lot.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, that thing was posted a year later. Person barely decided to make
It
glam with that.
actually like ran for 2 years.
It ran for 2 years. Wow.
It actually stopped October 2019.
Oh, damn.
When patch
Yeah, that person
4.1
posted it
dropped.
like on the 20th. Year 2020. When it was no longer available. I'm like, why posting a glam that does not exist for most people?
That's
But
why
I think it might be
post
for
it.
some people to have it.
Yeah,
It's like an ultimate flex.
yeah. It's unlikely
Actually-
that it'll come back because
They're one-time events.
yeah, because it has some property rights from like TV Tokyo, which is not Square Enix.
Yep.
Damn. Oh, I gotta go check my squadron.
But yeah, like, let me show you the Mad Hatter thing, though.
Oh.
Check it out. It's pretty good. This guy put a lot of effort, especially on the photo taking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, surprising.
That's very accurate.
I wish you could take photos of the character with certain debuffs. I could have been having fun using the mini debuff.
Oh, when you get past turning about, you'll be mini-minied.
Mini media.
Mini-media.
Minia.
Mini.
As bad as this joke is, still kind of funny. Man, that Heartless staff looks very Magical Girl-esque. I might just go for the Coom staff. Oh, God, it just sounds weird naming it. Or pronouncing it. Alright, it's 100 MGP, 100,000 MGP. How much do I have? I couldn't see. Oh well. 100,000 is not a lot compared to farm, yeah. But $1 million though. Let's see. Dang, I'm 3,000 away. But I'm gonna check if it's available. Oh, there's people joining in for that thing. Oh, I gotta pop in just for an event. Cool.
Hmm? Pop in what?
I just for MGP.
Oh.